musician, a Ghanaian musician, well, Kwesi Darlington, that's his real name right there, popularly known as Cryme. He started this whole this movement called cheap pop. Only God knows what that means. But I have him here in the studio. Cryme, good morning and welcome.
Machi, Andy.
It's been a long time coming.
I know.
It's been a long time coming. The 6-star general.
Yes, sir.
Cryme. What's this with a general thing? 6-star general.
Well, I always say that most rappers are soldiers. And myself, I'm a soldier. And definitely as a soldier, you started from somewhere. And yes, 30 baby, you know. From last corporal to sergeant, you have a boy ranks, and I'm a general. Now, general, no, yeah, 6-star general because I'm sure last year 5-star.
Okay.
That's a mere 6, and that means all the generals report to the general. Yes, I'm the general of all generals.
Wow. I see. You, when you started, I remember you and Sarkodie.
Yes, sir.
Very, very well.
That's true.
And you were like a hype man. What happened? And you were rapping. All of a sudden, you switched into singing.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I didn't switch. The beautiful thing is that I've always been blessed with both rap and singing. Now, to be a hype man, I would say it's a one. Anybody who's a hype man, who's a great hype man, not just any mere, but great one, one should be able to do music because I want to say then say over back he will be with me they told me, you know, I already had songs. I already had wonderful songs out there. But like I said, it was Sarkodie's time. It was Sarkodie's work. And I just solely devoted to that. You know, it's like that. And then again, it's something that is coming from Tema. When you say me anything Tema, no, I support 100%. So yeah, that's what happened. So even when I was with Sarkodie, that we were doing all these things together, I had my songs.
Oh, really?
Yes. But then the thing is, like, this is one thing I can also tell other people who are trying to be hype men. Even though you have yours, even though you have the other platforms and everything, don't try shadow he who's in front of you. It was about Sarkodie. It was about his shows. Wherever we went to, I mean, sometimes we're even on stage and people be like, "Hey, you know, Cryme." They know us from way back from Tema. But then again, like I said, it is him in the front, and it has to be like that.
What started the whole hype man thing? Yes, you're an artist.
Yes.
But what will make you
want to hype a fellow artist?
Yes.
Everyone is saying me. I never hate to see a brother come up. I never hate to see a brother come up. And like I said, Eduaso and Ahoma, right? And I say, sir, any time that a brother has a platform, one, to be invited, no, it's always a blessing. Because it could have been any other person or it could have been just him. So the fact that he was like, oh, Kwesi, you know, I have a show here, let's make this happen and everything, you know. That's where it all started. Because one, we are all sons and in Kuala of Dr. Duncan. So the fact that you know, a brother has made it first and him bringing all of us along, it was a blessing. That's how come I want to start here. Yeah.
So why did you leave?
I never left. Actually,
no, because yes, we saw you on several stages. Then all of a sudden, it was again. Just Sarkodie.
Yes. Let me say this: as an artist, there's time for everything. That I had time. That's how come I was the hype man that time. In between hype man, one kasa so unyuma ebe baso, and unyuma bana is started for benkum. That's the artist no one define. It's only about mutual agreement. Like, oh bro, me who send you sunya na me so mo tamaleo. You be anything. Oh okay, what the koba the brana koba the brana. That's how it all started. To once in between Sarkodie's show, I also had a couple of shows.
Okay,
and that's how it all started. And then even though there was we were apart, you know. It's not like there was a problem. No, there was no problem. But you might also we didn't call any but we didn't call any but you know, it's funny how sometimes some of the programs that you call, you know, this year it was me and Saka. The next year it was me alone. That's how it happened. And see, I felt it was a blessing for extra mile. Yeah.
Cryme is my special guest this morning. Your first album was what? Finally.
Yes, sir.
I like the title. Finally.
Falande.
Did you go through the struggles as most of them say they did? Like, yo, hey, my bread power and bride, this and that. You know, I know it to be some dadabi.
With hard labor. Shout outs to Let me say this. Of course, I mean, me shut down who will be or becca. because sabi you teacher wa no cry studio recording na adwene na odi with except sabi a trauma obi wo ha teacher ne num but one year cry there was an effort in the studio because what one and a beto maybe wa ntini nyina na adwuma kum. So yes, with me, you know, I've it's always been a challenge from day one because minti bin kasa we fa na totoro sa what you say. Yes, but then with me I always say if problems are there, it needs to be solved. So you always have to find a solution to it.
Are you an Ashanti? No, are you an Ashanti?
Yeah, Ashanti Achimini. Yeah.
What is Ashanti Achimini?
Yeah. Me fa fi bonfa. Kodongo do masi bonfa. And me fa fi akwetia.
Right.
You're listening to Nert FM.
Right. So the first album. Finally. And you are telling me so about your struggles.
Yes.
That'll be with hard labor. What is if you are that be?
I'll never say I'm a dada B. You know, I'm a street boy.
What made you a street boy?
I'm always on the street, like researching. When I say on the street, most times people confuse street for like maybe will be torn on the street and everything. No, but like it's like on Tanafa, you know, you want to know, especially with this line of music thing that we're doing. So with me, we started from the street rap. We didn't start straight from the studios. No, before I went to the studio, we already had my verse 1, verse 2, verse 3 in my head. That's how it is like with a street rapper. They started straight from instrumentations in the studios and recorded the first song. No, we had our full track, but it was just on the instrumentals. And your program, yeah, we can sing verse 1, 2, 3. Just say, "Your boy at home from the street." That's how it started. Way inside Tema, from battling grounds to Adom FM Kasahari level up to Mpempensuri. You know, and we never stopped.
I see. And you were a rapper. So Kill Me Shy, Menewa, One Chance, It's You was that slow song.
Exactly.
Nice piece. And then you came up with your you have the phones on?
No, it's off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your second album, you gave us Showtime, Coco Sakura.
Yes,
right. Now after Kill Me Shy, you had an endorsement with some song.
That's true.
You became an ambassador.
That's true.
What did you do with it?
I worked with them. Yes.
As what?
I was a brand ambassador for the new Unleashed phone, the Chat 222. You saw me do some adverts and everything. Now the beautiful thing is that it was a year contract.
It was just for a year.
It was just a year contract, yes. And with a year contract, the beautiful thing again is that it opened a lot of doors and other platforms as well. Now, conference center
which one is it? Okay.
I'm just saying, like, if we're just doing a local show, it took us to other platforms as well. So the brand expanded. You know, and around the same time, we had to work on other projects as well. There were other hidden projects that, you know, not all projects are really loud like that. So, yes, it made me super, super busy. I wouldn't lie. It made me super busy.
So, for how much?
So, you mean the money worth? Oh, you know, this is where contracts come inside, confidentiality. They don't.
Did they say it was confidential?
Yes, it was in there. It was all kind
in the contract.
Yes.
They said it was confidential.
Yes, all kind of clause now. Because I mean, maybe the next person or maybe the person afterwards, they might want to come low or higher than that, and they don't want the other people to know. So it was confidential. Yes.
There was this perception that around that time you had become very arrogant.
Well, you see, the thing is, when I was young, I'll say this, when I was young, I was very concerned about stuff like this. Like, anytime that I hear things like this, I'm like, then am I way I want to find out. And, you know, then I grew, then I realized, like, you know what, back in the days, I shouldn't even have answered because you can never change their perception. And again, this is what happens. You see, how
do you say that in English?
And they're ready. If I do any study, so takache. So I'm repeating, you know, when things like this happen, one with my little research that I did, I realized, like, personally, they never had a problem with me. But because they can't get in touch with you or whoever is revolving around you, they will say, oh, this is the artist That is the problem.
Could it be that it was some sort of attitude you had showed them?
That's what I'm saying.
Because if you're saying they were not getting closer to you, I mean, yes, if they don't get, I'm very sure that family members don't get closer to you, yet they don't tag you with arrogance.
This is one thing anybody who knows Cryme knows. Or you're super free. The only meaning, but the obey me, but from a distance you can easily judge anybody. It happens like that. 2, all the people. This is me. I always like to solve things from the head. So when I heard stuff like that, I was like, okay, you know what? Let me take time to verify stuff like this. Then I realized, like any other person whose name or few were mentioned, they didn't have a point. It was like, Cryme, that's all you mean, Nipa. And I'm like, yeah, I heard a couple of things like this. Then I realized, okay, 1, people say things maybe probably in their comfort zone. People say things maybe probably, even our hello cry to me, you'll be. No, for all you know, even at the same cry, it's an insult in somebody else's language. So, like I said, as we're growing, we're learning. I realized, like, back in the days when people were saying things like this, and it's like me try to find out, because people will just say things regardless. What did they make say? And when you're trying to solve things like this, you end up rather being the bad person. That's what happens. Because one-on-one, personally, nobody was able to say, me, I make an assassin win. You understand what I mean? Yes.
So, Cryme, if it's not arrogance, what do you call it?
I don't know. I don't know. You can't think for people, and whatever situation in or any other person wants to say what, you can't think for them. It's only about obra. And see, the whole thing is that whatever they will say about you, what did they make an answer? Yes.
How do you handle women?
I don't have a special way. I'm just a regular person.
Because there are a lot of rumors around you. There are quite a number of rumors around you and your way with women.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I'm on sign. Whatever they say, I don't get to hear all of them. Some of them I will hear them through some bloggers or let's say some media people, but I can't hear all of them. So me name the market party.
They said you love women.
I know, sir. Women are one of my biggest fan bases, which of course I respect that to the fullest, no doubt, all the time. But the account they are meant it.
Then at a point they mentioned you having affairs with men.
What? What? This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it was rumored.
You see,
which one is true?
No,
which one is true?
No, let me say this.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married. I need that. Proper revelations, though. Yeah.
Girlfriends?
No.
You don't do girlfriends?
When you say don't do girlfriends, what does it mean?
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes, please.
That's why I asked you.
Oh, you said girlfriends.
No.
You added S, so I need to be sure of what you're saying.
So you have one?
Yes.
Who's she?
She's called girlfriend.
Masa, who is she?
She's a woman.
I know. What's her name?
She's a woman.
What's her name? Why do you want to hide her?
Woman. African woman.
Does she support your work, though?
Oh, yeah. I think so with this line of work, basically, if on for the MBA as well, then what's the point? What did I make an answer? Because at the end of the day, you don't expect me to go do something else. Yes.
What does she do?
She's a worker.
I know. What does she do?
She's a worker.
How does she support you?
In every way.
What doesn't she like in your line of work?
I say I don't get to hear all of these things.
How do you deal with them?
Like a regular way, like do
you snub them?
Never. Like I said, this is one thing I'm even scared about myself sometimes. I am so super free to the extent of most times I'm very relaxed and reserved. And you see, it's like that. I feel like it happens to like, there's a perception whereby when you see people on TV, or let's say, excuse me to say, these celebrities, we are trying to finding out input to try say whether he's free or not. But from a distance, they could just say anything. But when they realize like, he's super cool like that, But the painful thing is, it is set to hundreds. But when they find out you're good, it is set to 10. You know, like I said, when you're growing, the more you're growing, let's say when you're growing, the more you're growing, you become silent. You know, the more you want to grow wiser, you become silent about some things because going with the days, you just want to solve everything like a girl, like, oh, I don't know what way, you know. Like I said, I was very emotional back in the days, and I was too concerned, like, why would people say things like this? You know, trying to fight all and solve all these things. But I felt like, you know what, that call now plays you to even find out, and it's best to even check on the person rather than just to find out, say, yes, what can I say about me or what's up? You know, it's human. And
no, because there seem to be too many stuffs about you and women. I keep telling you, my wife loves you to bits.
Wow, God bless her.
Each time you get on TV, like she can stand there and watch, like, oh, this guy.
God bless
like,
her.
madam, stop talking about him, or you leave my house. You know, yeah. So I know how it feels.
Yeah.
Do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, I'm so handsome?
Hey.
No, but I'm a man, but I admire you. I mean, you're Cryme, very handsome dude. You know, do you feel that? Do you have that kind of feeling? That is it because of your outlook? Is it because of the way you look? Is that the reason women are all over you?
I would only say that I'm grateful. Anytime that I wake up, I'm rather grateful to have this opportunity because, Sebio, we know a lot of people. Excuse me to say, even extra prominent people, but and don't mean to me in the dance here because some are on the sick bed, some are not alive, some are battling serious, even legal problems and everything. But you know, me sorry, and from money you're free. You know, whereby to be able to rap and sing, you know, do other genres and everything. Why wouldn't I be grateful? But then me and Kasem is sorry to make my mirror, you know, uncome for me because I believe that in China, it is for the people to tell you that, oh, you're looking great. It's the same people that you're going leeward, they will bash you. So with me, yes, I listen to the people most times, you know, and then I pick the about from it. Then things that are, I mean, people would always talk. So you take the good ones. It doesn't mean that all those people are bashing you are not saying something good. For all you know, you'll trust when you say kejetia. So if there are some proper things to take out of there, definitely you pick them up. But if there are some bashment, you realize like, okay, it's our category of people, you know.
I see. And you said you broke your virginity at 15. Is that true?
Yeah.
15.
You say, let me say this. Sam Reno, what gas age, you know? What's that? If I say, they say curiosity. But
no, but 15. You were 15.
15. My age, you know. Uncle of $7.
And where is this woman?
I knew never Uncle of to
Were you raped?
No. There we are nodding.
So, Cryme, I'm not playing here. It's like you just
being there.
No, but in 15.
And it's your time.
And me.
No way. Andy.
No, but 15 years.
Let me say this. As a young dude, coming up and then with this line of, you see, let me say this. When I started rapping, originally I had my first 4 rhymes at 98. But
how old were you at the time?
Yeah, never had it. I just book compo. Imprinting the meditate to book compo. And 2000 was like I was really, really serious about it and majored in these things. And you know, from all this time and everything, like I said, we are the type of people in my house. You know, they make you freely flow, but make sure that you don't bring any trouble or problem at home. That's how it is in my house because I call my house a music house. Like almost everybody is singing. You know, my uncle is a guitarist, my auntie sings, my father sings. My father has like 4 albums to his credit. You know,
really?
Yeah, that's Kali Hayes for you. He does Bogaha live in Germany.
Oh, your dad?
Yeah, that's my dad.
Kali Hayes?
Kali Hayes in Germany, Stuttgart.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see. This is news to me.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, with us, like I said, provided you don't bring any trouble in the house, you're good to go. You know, and again, I say I was born in the 60s. I mean, back in the days when we were young and everything, you know, as a curious kid, you want to find out things, you want to explore. And I insist that's one Kenya because as you're growing, you realize That's that time.
Were you watching pornography?
Where
you watch?
VHS?
You've not- wait.
Shame on that. But Andy, from Lucky 7 to Commando to Rambo, definitely there's always that
Blue
Black
film.
Angel, some weird titles, something in the cupboard. And it's always hidden beneath the drawers.
Yeah.
Now imagine one time, you saw here cleaning, general cleaning. Nasa, last time I was telling my manager that remember one time we were young guys, we were watching this together and a blackout. You say your aunties ni yamani ya baby fiaba chige into the tam deck ni yakuma repair straight, because at the end of the day they come and they turn it on. You know how the cassette will always pop up and want to go back in there. Hey, the emotion, so at the end of the day, all these things help us to become growing kids. Yeah.
I see. Cryme is my special guest here in the studio, and he came up with Showtime.
Yep.
Showtime. Coco Sakura, Weak Point, Along. Coco Sakura featured Sarkodie, huh?
Yes,
That was
sir.
a good song, and I loved the video. Yeah, Skyface, man, great work.
He's a beast.
Do you intend working with your father?
Oh yeah. The thing is that we've had a couple of songs, but then it's not really done yet, because his timing and my time, and anytime that I go there, it's more like Menai Bakusi Fieho, and the next one is on a different country trip, or a tour. So yes, we have a couple of things that we've done in the pipeline, which of course eventually is going to come up pretty soon. So we're just hoping that it's just going to be finalized and done. Yep.
I see. Your music. Which sort of criticism do you get with your music?
They say that many times they say that you want to rap and sing at the same time. You figure say, then they will continue with whatever words they want to say. Like I said, and it's not about being boastful. It's about being blessed. And I feel like if I'm blessed with able to be singing and rapping at the same time, why not? But then like I said, right now, we have a lot of, I always say this, SMH, social media haters, or let's say, yes, social media hyenas. They are there. They will say anything they want to say. But you see, all this painful thing about these people sometimes is that, I don't know if I have one, Antonio, 2 women a microphone, 1, 3. They sometimes they say it because, now let me say, internet is cheap. People can say anything any day, anyhow, without even having the knowledge. Could
it be that you don't take criticisms?
Like I said, to say,
So if anyone criticizes you, you wouldn't accept it. Is that the case?
No, but you see, the thing is, I take the abba from it, and I look
Which
at
one is the abba from it?
the
sense.
The sense from it. That's it. Because at the end of the day, like I said, everybody can be in their comfort zone and homes and say whatever they want to say. But sometimes there are hidden truths in there. Oh, sana wakasa wahasi menya yankadi wankuwe because with me, I might feel like it's an interview. But it might be like, what? When they ask you things like this, I feel personally you don't have to. Oh, okay, But some two be like, oh, see, if you can say what, it's normal. Human beings would always say whatever they want to say.
You've had, in recent times, you've had some issues with the media.
I never.
What did you say about the media? Or radio DJs not playing something. There was something there were some certain statements you made about the media.
I said the 80-20. I remember the 80-20 comment. I said that until it's being passed as a law, it should go just beyond the hashtags and the artworks. And I said since I banned the Ekano, Ghana and somebody I was already in the show, so yes I draw. You're very popcorn.
Unfortunately, a lot of my listeners don't understand what you're saying. So
bro, no. Okay, sorry. All I'm saying is that it's 80-20.
I'm surprised at you, anyway.
Forgive me, chief up, man. I always like to speak tree most times. What I'm saying is that with this 80-20 thing that we're talking about, it's a brilliant, wonderful thing that is going to help us. But then again, if we don't pass it as a law, it's going to be like any regular thing that we've been talking about, then it dies out. I mean, even now, it's hardly heard on the radio now. And then again, the rich man doesn't wake up talk about money. He talks about how to establish and expand his brands. So it's the same thing with this 80-20 thing. If we don't pass it as a law, we would always be here talk about it. And again, all the lawmakers should help us find a way to take this to Parliament. That is one thing I remember talking about I don't know how I don't know if it was twisted, but I felt it was the painful truth, because on one interview I was acting, it was like, oh, it's even the media people who are doing this thing, and the artists are relaxed. I feel like the artists and everybody wants to get involved, but sometimes it's about even the approach. We are all sinners. Let me say this: we are all sinners. So most times, let's not even be in have the platforms and then be bashing the artist all the time. Whereby some might even lie and say, "Oh, you know what? I called them, they didn't come." Meanwhile, it might not be true. The artists are always willing and ready to make things happen for ourselves because it's our industry. If it dies for us. If it gains and it blossoms for us. So all I'm trying to say is that this to get the artist on board, we have ways of getting in touch with them.
Right. Now your new song, Like a Model.
Like a Model.
What were you talking about?
I feel like if you have a pretty or a beautiful lady, she doesn't necessarily have to be like a model to look like a model. We have a lot of women out there that looks like models, but it might not professionally be like a model. So you can see your girlfriend or you can see your woman like a model. So the whole thing is, with me, I was looking at and seeing her like a model. That's how I had to express it. Musicians just like yourself, we express what we feel at that moment, at that right time. So, yep, that's how the song came about.
Nice. Right. Folks, if you've not heard Like a Model yet, I have the song. I remember the first day I played it, I had a call from someone asking me where he can get a copy.
Yep.
And this is a big man, big man.
God bless him.
Hey, Andy, this song is nice. Cryme. That boy, is he a criminal or something? the way the man asked me, it was so funny. Is he a criminal? I said, where from that name, Cryme? Where from that name? Yes, tell me.
It's an acronym, actually.
Oh,
it's
really?
Creative Rhymes You Most Enjoy. Cryme. It's not the criminal crime,
Creative rhymes you most
exactly.
enjoy. When you speak of creative people. And
D for doctor. And the doctor is for remedy for people who are weaker in rhymes, like.
Hey, Cryme, man. Cryme. Yo, I like that. Nice. We're ending this interview anyway. So you featured artists like you featured or worked with Stonebwoy, Kwame Eugene, Trigmatic, Kelvin
Yes.
Boy, Fancy Goddamn, Kwesi Plus.
And all these people are, on the third upcoming one, which is called The Sofa. The Sofa album.
What is the Sofa?
Yes, Sounds from Africa. Andy, many times, this is what happens. When we get the chance to go out there and everything, even though they know that you could speak English or you're even speaking a local dialect, sometimes they even confuse you for a different country. They can't tell where exactly you're coming from. So I'm telling them all these songs, these wonderful acts, and these wonderful producers, or let's say the directors and everything, are wonderful people that are coming from Africa. In Africa, it's Ghana. And from Ghana, of course, these are people this is a very gentleman that's coming from Tema. You understand? So basically, I'm preaching good music to the world and telling them which continent I'm coming from. So you could.
Why didn't you make it Sounds of Ghana? Sounds from Ghana.
Yeah.
Yes, you're doing well.
Yeah.
Ghanaians are doing well, but in music, we are not. It looks as if it's just stuck into our confines, and we cannot really break the walls and penetrate into
worldwide.
Yes. So, yes, we're already struggling.
Yeah.
So, what the sounds from Africa?
Thank you for pointing that out. You see, let me say this. Sounds from Africa. First of all, the thing says the sofa. We all know what sofa is. Sofa, it's like a couch. It's like a relaxing chair. First of all, the music is going to relax in your brains, in your mind, in your body. The sofa is going to relax you to listen to these songs. Again, Andy, isn't Africa bigger than Ghana? As a question, please.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, we look at the bigger picture. Because Obia Mekatri and Mikase, it's here for Nyanum Nadofo. I'm sure Nyanum will definitely get to know where I'm coming from. But then what's up with somebody from Tanzania? What's up with somebody from Zimbabwe or Mozambique? Can we not talk about Africa in a whole? Because many a times when we're trying to say, indigenous or repatriation or whatever it is, and we are talking about how beautiful our continent is. So I'm telling them these are sounds from Africa. And of course, in Africa, we have Ghana. And in Ghana, we have a wonderful city called Tema. So at the end of the day, it's like a homework to them. I don't just want to make it so simple because it's obvious that I'm coming from Ghana. But I want to talk about Africa in a whole.
Your song Kill Me Shy really blew up. It was like on way up there.
We're grateful.
Afterwards, you and I know there was some decline.
Yeah.
How was the feeling?
I learned a lot. Number one, you can't go for a break in music industry. Two, you can tell, especially, let me say this. Right now, most of the artists that are not even making waves can tell from he who's their loyal friends, from friends, loyal media friends, loyal, even more girlfriends, great job, because they're not making waves now. You know, and one thing, these are walks of life. It needs to happen sometimes for you to feel, you know, and taste it. You understand what I mean? So with that one, with me, from 2014 to 2016, I have 4 signed artists on my record label. And yes, Brother was Sergeant for Ray J, Kwame Dikash, and Black Boy. It was a 2-year contract. And, you know, with me, like, I felt like, okay, the platform that me, let me make them, you know, ride on these wings for them to blossom as well. And I'm grateful that these guys are doing wonderfully well independently now. Now, with those 2-year break, imagine I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, and I'm doing almost the same thing they're doing. If I have to produce for them to produce as well, who are they going to listen to? So with me, I didn't record anything. I wasn't producing anything. It was just me and the rounds. And even that, I think I showed them the hard way. Like, you know what? When we go for programs, you hear what they say, right? It is Cryme they want to know, not even you guys. So at the end of the day, come on. You know, you guys should fight extra fights of what I have done. But with this 2-year break, like I said, it taught me a lot because at the end of the day, one, you can't take a break in this industry. You can't sleep. You understand? And with the second coming, after that, I realized, like, okay, you know what? The approach has to be different. So, you know, that's why I gave you the likes of, like, Omami Mo.
One of my favorites.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, I loved it.
One thing about Mo is, even though I'm talking about a girl, I'm talking to the fans. These are metaphorical stuff. I'm telling the fans, like, you know, they love my style and they can't let go. You know, so I'm talking about a girl, because if I want to just talk about the fans, it might look like, oh, it's just for the fans. I know when you sing, you know, mostly when you do the love song, it travels extra faster. You understand what I mean? So with that one, it was a metaphorical thingy for them. Then I realized, like, okay, you know what? All the things that the fans told me, I have listened and I've heard. That is why I went all crazy like that. So with that one, people say, oh, and I pump it in too many lyrics and everything. One, they be a tie. So when we head into the studios, with me, I always say this. I don't hear a beat and want to go soft. I don't be like, oh, this song there. Never. I always go hard on each other. 5 seconds cry, because for all you know, that would be the first time somebody will be hearing you. So I never go soft on any beat. That's one. And two, these were, let me say, accolade. It was an accolade for the fans. So it was from Mo. They had testimony with my brother Stage A, and you know, it kept coming. Boom, Sakura.
Vanilla.
You know, chocolate, vanilla, and everything. You know, so like I said, you know, this industry. Most times, I feel what is one of the things that is really killing them is when you don't really do the trendy songs, that you don't get that airplay. They feel like, you know, yes, because you know, that is why I don't blame them when they're mostly playing outside a song, because they are on the same trend. One, they studied from us, and they keep dropping the same thing. But you see, equally, people are doing wonderful stuff down here, but they might be on a different trend a bit. They still need that push. They still need that platform.
Well, Cryme, crazy rhymes you most enjoy.
Creative rhymes.
Crazy stuff. Thank you very much for coming, man.
Bless you,
I
Andy.
really enjoyed this. Man, so are we gonna have an album soon?
Yes, like I said, this is the third upcoming album is called The Sofa.
I know, but is it gonna happen soon?
Yeah, pretty soon.
This year?
Yes, hopefully this
We're
year.
in October.
And
October is just about ending.
you see, the beautiful thing is that open year, you know, you put it right, and you don't. This is an album. You don't just put anything just like a single. You understand what I mean? And all the people on the this album, from the producers to the directors, shout outs to all the producers on this album. You know, from Master Ghazi, Meth Mix, Saint Louis, Ephraim, all the guys, man. You know, shout outs to all of them. And the directors, you know, from the Skyface to Biscuit and all the guys that we shot the videos with. And the names that you mentioned, from Kwame Eugene to Stoneboy, Kelvin Boy, Fancy Gram, Quissy Plus Rhythm, and my brother Trigmatic, they all came through to bless it, and I'm just super grateful. And the team, they've been working tirelessly, trust me. Sharif, DJ, Wheezy, and all the guys. And people that have been supportive, we have a group called the Loyal Fans of Cryme. These guys, man, they go crazy. Like, they make people know things that are happening in the camp. So let me say this work that we're doing, all the time we build fans. Some will come, some will go. But then the most important thing is we're always loyal to the loyal fans, because they have devoted their time. I understand. So with them being devoted like that, we always go crazy for them. They're the reason why we can never stop.
Right. Now, there are too many comments for you here. Good morning, Andy. Please ask Cryme, where is Revelation X and why didn't he help them? Because their music was very nice. Which one is that?
That's me. I always give platform for these are guys from my hood, Tulaku Ashaiman. I gave them the platform to record a couple of songs with them, but I can do everything. So with me, when I give you the platform, you shine on it.
Hello, please ask Cryme, who is Kosa Brown and what role did he play in his coming up? Nana from Tema.
James Kosa Brown, my first manager. Me, I'm from E-Jam Records. Me and him produced the first Kill Me Shy album, which is the finally album. And we still link up, always.
And I remember together with Cryme, Chris Waddle and Rasnana recording at his dad's studio inside Community 8 Tema, where he had to do a rehearsal with the cassette recorder before we record. I can forget times with him on that stage. Super talented guy. Nana Bafo from Tema Community 9, but now he's in Techiman.
Wow. Charlie, that cassette, the way it was a history thing.
Asantua inside Kaswa says, Mr. Andy, please ask him to sing his favorite song except his. And also we love him. Be frank, Nana. Andy, the fact is we, the natives and residents of Tema, don't backbite and look down on our brothers, and that is what made the Tema thing. Tema be country on its own. Ephraim Anku said, tell Cryme to remix Chocolate Vanilla with the apple. Chocolate Vanilla. Was that not the song I called you? That was the song, right?
Exactly.
The first day I heard it, I called you.
Oh, what a feeling right under the ceiling, my chocolate in my cup.
I know it didn't brutal. Mark Jesus, Andy, please ask him, why does he always wear cap? Why is it because his head is big or what? Why? How many caps do you have?
Baby, they are uncountable.
Why are you always in cap?
First, I'm a peche. You see, I check a meche.
Bunty Bananas now said TM in the building. Benny Bleak said Cryme is so real. It says Arsenal. Okay, boys they chop things so they can't mention names. By now, some girl is sitting somewhere saying yes, that's my guy.
Pumping.
The other girl is sitting in the room claiming it's her. Brakwesi Sax says, Andy, please let my boss drop some bars. Williams said, Mr. Andy, stop admiring your wife to admire him more. Allow your wife to admire you more. Oh, I should allow. And then I'll continue paying the bills.
I beg you.
Brackers says, Andy, please, what's with him and the sofa thing? I think he explained it.
Yeah.
Profile 7 Sagmid, it's a great guy, deep-minded. Cryme. Teacher Constitution says, I'm watching live from Wiamwasi in the Ashanti region. Seth Swede Amokwando says, this guy is a great rapper. I just pray he stays. Ephraim Mangu says, Andy, please ask him what is the best memories of Lyrical Monster.
Oh.
Who's that?
May he rest in peace. One of our great guys, yes, from Icons, him and Zizu.
Oh, okay. Icons.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy that passed on.
Charlie, it was very, man.
Yes, I remember Pop Skinny went so crazy that obinim.
It was crazy.
Man, very humble guy. I remember he used to call me. That was his name, Lyrical Monster. But I knew him by a different name.
It was Kweku Zizu and him, Lyrical Monster, but then both of them were icons. They had
I remember. I remember
yes,
Icons.
back case.
I remember very well.
Charlie.
It's quite sad.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning. Please ask Cryme to clarify this cheap hop genre. He once in an interview categorically said that vernacular plus hip hop is equal to cheap hop, and said it's a genre. I bear them does ever mostly. So if hypothetically he makes a hit, should a genre be created for an award show called Ever Pop? Won't that sound weird? In my view, we can't create a music genre out of every dialect from G in Sakumono. Cryme is one real guy who I really admire. He's the one keeping Tema musicians together, trust me. Way back from Don's mic to now, he still keeps us united. Whenever you call on him, he'll come past you. Keep doing your thing, General Manager Tema, Community 7. And Andy, good morning. Cryme is, don't change the name. It's not Cryme, please. That's one gentle guy I really admire a lot, and I love his music very well. Thank you very much, Charlie.
First,
God bless you.
I want to say this. I always fight for my Chama people, and I'll never stop fighting. But you see, I can't do this alone. Many a times I've always created this thing whereby Sebio has not been dead, but maybe probably might not even be around for a certain time. I want people to take the mantle and then be able to, you know, like put these guys together. But I hardly get to see these guys because we are in that era whereby everybody's thinking about he or himself right now. Because we'll be our protecting now. So let me say this. 1, Temafue Moma Yendodo. 2, Unity Yenemena Article. 3, your chairman no makano apostle tema happen na DJ who winni mansa wonum wabo. Your industrial areas, gasem, nepot. And na bigger companies to mean try your support, your subai. Kwame Kutia break a watch crutch. Umpa yes amasa, but you want to chop. First, tell my boys bar na ubia dashi. Rap move Ferrari, run a deco la kogase, wadashi, or chiawan kabeten wayase. Obini punch bako, so chempram pram sase. So wake up, the game is falling. And here I'm calling. Sarkodie and Quant to me yet, we're here supporting. Sorry, lazy artists are more damn coffin. R2B's Monkey be my ye JJ Rollins.
Che, Cryme. Sadiq. Yeah, man.
I mean,
Sadiq, the host, that's my assistant host.
I beg you. So I have a question. Sorry, my voice is going a bit. Okay.
Your
So
voice
I
has
heard
always
you-
been gone.
I heard you speaking about, I mean, I like the advocacy vibe you're on now. I know there are a lot of industry people that think that the artists begin to wear their advocacy cap when they kind of decline a bit and they're trying to come back.
Yeah.
Often it's been the case.
Yeah.
Now, the question I need to find out from you too is that you make the point that, and you make the right point that the media people and people like us have been at the forefront of certain advocacy things that will impact the industry positively,
Sure.
and that the talent don't get involved. You talk about the lawmakers having to get involved to help us. What I need to find out from you is, what have you done reaching out to other talent to get them to get involved and possibly lobby the lawmakers that they know to be able to make or push for these reforms for them?
First of all, when we say this to touch these artists, I am an artist, so it's easy for me to find out with them. But you know, to approach them and just to say without strong grounds, it will be a one day. What's the word?
I believe that you have some strong
Exactly.
voices.
I have taken the step, but like I said, I realized that to approach all these artists, first of all, they are in some might be in their comfort zone or very busy. So with me, I want to get all the groundworks solid and approach them and tell them, you know what, we start with A, we go to B, C, and D. Because just telling them, it doesn't mean they haven't heard. They have. But
What do you mean by groundswork?
one, I went to Gamro, and I asked them. I spoke to one of the big men, and I asked them, say, how do we get all these artists involved, and what is the right way for us to make this being passed as a law? And he said, okay, you know what, we could do some 1 or 2 seminars as well on all these grounds work. It doesn't mean that everywhere that they tell me I have to go tell the artist that, oh, I spoke to these people and they said they're going to do this. With all these things, we need to find a solid ground first. When I say the solid grounds, one, I made mention of the lawmakers, people that can help us and put the right channel. Because with me, I can say this on the radio, like, oh, we need this 80-20 to be passed, but they will tell you, okay, what's the legal way, or how do we drive this to the? So with me, I'm doing my background check. Then, even though, like I said, most of the artists know about it, which I've spoken to those who are ignorant about it as well, I'm also doing my background check to come out super hard and let we all drive to wherever that has to be the right destination.
Can I check back on you in 1 month's time to see what progress you've made?
Of course, why not?
Okay.
But you see, one thing again is that I'm also being on this platform, pleading with my artist. When we are talking about things like this, it doesn't matter whether you were there or, excuse me to say, you're not even enjoying the airwaves tonight. I feel like when this is passed, it would help all of us, because we won't sit here and try even correct a DJ to say, oh, you know what, you're not playing a lot of Ghanaian content, which of course they're already doing. But I'm saying that when it's a law, you and I will respect ourselves. Nobody will even come in. It's just like driving without a license. But when you have the license, you drive with confidence.
Okay. Secondly, I heard you bemoaning the fact that, I mean, just sometimes there's a certain sense of lack of support by industry people and all of that. Don't you think, in your view, that it's also because of the fact that some Ghanaian talent are not grateful, reason for which a lot of people decline in supporting some of them when they decline and come back? Do you think some Ghanaian talents are grateful?
One thing I can say is that it's just like the hand. We're all not equal. And regardless, as much as most people are grateful, some, or let's say few, or it could even be majority, will still be ungrateful. And again, the most important thing we need to look at right now is that it's not about we judging few of how ungrateful they could be, but, touch on the few positive that are, they are serious-minded. And believe you me, just like me, anytime that I have information, I share it. I feel like when we touch the few other people and we see the progress in that side, they would also be curious about it. And again, I understand and I agree with you that most times when they are not having the airwaves, that's when they get serious about things like this, especially with their royalties. It's always lying there for you to go collect it, but some certain names either scare or bore the people. When you mention this, these people really did chop money. Meanwhile, he hasn't taken the step to go find out whether it is true or not. So my fellow artists out there are so many things that we all have to do. One, we need to research a lot. 2, certain things are for us. Like music is for us. Gambler is for us. I'm not here advocating for them, but then again, I feel like royalties, it's either Etaho or somebody else might even be chopping, which is yours. So at the end of the day, take a step and find out. If you don't understand something, one, like I said, the internet is all for us. Instead of we being online, just kekere and laughing at viral things that are going, let us use this net to research more. Because me, I don't know everything, so every day I like to read. And what I don't know, I also ask. That is why you see all these programs and everything. Backdoor, I'll hit up and be like, oh, bro, what's up? Even with this 80-20, I had a chance to read the cultural.
I see a lot of the A-list stars today are not actually.
Hey, Sadiki!
It happens. Like I said, it's very unfortunate. But then again, let us not make people who can help us be a bore to us, because this industry people are the same people that we meet from shows. These are the same people that you felt he said something about you on the radio way you bore. But the whole thing is there's a hidden truth behind it, and if you look beyond, we can see we could all learn something and progress properly. That's what I believe.
Are you done?
And it's a small hours, man.
Are you done?
No.
Sadiki.
Yes, boss.
Please come in. Please get closer to the microphone.
Insure. Hey, Insure.
Sana, yes, Sarkodie coming to be cocky can have you children. No, there. No, maybe not how you what would I even say?
Because you started off on a sarcastic note.
I'm going to end on a sarcastic note, don't worry. See, Cryme is one of the.
Always try to confuse people.
No, but if they touch you, they see how you good. Why?
And at that time, then you quiet. Ashes there on the floor.
Yes.
So Ashes, please,
why are you trying to paint me purple?
You are grey.
I was
you
saying
confused the man already.
He is one of the torchbearers of Tema. The history of Tema rap cannot be written without Cryme, and I'm happy he's going on that advocacy of, trying to bring back the vibe that's gone down a bit in Tema. A couple of years back, everything that blasted on our music airways came down from Tema, that unity they had and all that. I want to ask a question. Do you think it is because most of your major stakeholders have moved out of the Tema town? That's why maybe the vibe in Tema has gone down, or what?
I think that's one. And again, you can see that I was saying in the rap, there were bigger companies, Gasem, Nepot. Other than bigger companies, to me, try your support, Yesubain.
Musubain saying,
Kwame Kutia break our crutch. First of all, normally, clutch, yetiamum, and the break. What he has. So this are metaphorical things. Like when they say do this, you're doing that. So attitude counts, because at the end of the day, some people wouldn't want to work with you if you have that attitude, because with a corporate mind and the artist mind, I feel sometimes it's different. With the artist, you feel like, oh, if me do the song, if me will come your stage up, why this person did say that? But sometimes we have to, when we don't understand each other, we can't come to a conclusion. So most of my people, I think it's the attitude. That's why I'm saying that.
But do you guys even approach these companies in Tema for support? Do you take proposals to them? And if they are having their end of year get-togethers and things, do you guys voluntarily go to want to be there for them?
I can speak for everybody. For me, yes, I do. Some other people, they don't even know something like that exists because they feel like, okay, they have the companies, they help me. But if you know, bring your proposal, for all you know, somebody will from Tamale bring his sweet proposal and he will end up getting the money. You see, and the whole thing goes and comes back to this thing. People don't research, people don't ask. They feel like, okay, they are just closer to us, but they're not helping. But meanwhile, you haven't asked them. They don't even know the right way to go. So with me, I always say this. When you know somebody who can do something, it's never bad to approach that person and ask the person, say, oh, how did you do this? Or how can I go about these things, you know? And I always say this, shout outs to Kosa Brown, because he's more like into that. That's him. Cowbell, you go enter there. Here, you go enter there. You know, that's him. So with me, with that side, I learned a lot from him. But with my other people, excuse me to say, my Tama people, they don't ask. That's the problem.
Need to add that he's our incoming MP for Infantiman.
Exactly. And Renaissance, one to man.
Anyway, you're doing great, so keep it up, bruv.
Thank you.
Sky is always the starting point.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for coming, D Cryme.
Bless you.
We wish you all the very best with your sofa.
Yes.
You sleep and lie on it. Bed cum chair. I remember I went somewhere and they had this sofa. Okay, on that note, like a model.
The General.
You're listening to Nert FM.
Yo, we made it. Come on. She done move just like a model, like a model. She done walk just like a model.